What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of Y&R. Um, I find it very gross that Billy and Lily use Victoria as foreplay. Like, I find it really odd. It's like Billy is bare chested, half naked. Lily, you're in a satin robe. And instead of having some sexy time with each other, y'all are sitting around talking about Victoria and Ashlyn Locke. That's what y'all choose to talk about? I'm like, that's what you got reporters for. And that's what you have an office for. Office hours. Y'all are obviously at home off the clock. So why are y'all talking business right now? I would be getting down to the do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of crazy. I'm like, really? Because they want to dive more into the Locke's divorce and Ashlyn's health and just to come up with a story and all that. I get it, business is business, but these are not business hours, so I damn sure wouldn't be worried about that. Like, Victoria lives rent free in Billy's head. And if I was Lily, and I've been said this a while back, that she needed to dump Billy. Because Billy has a one track mind. Everything with him is always about a Newman. Either one Newman or the whole damn family. Like, if he's not beefing with Victor and Adam, he's worried about what Victoria doing every 5 seconds. That is not healthy. Like, get you a life. You got a sexy ass woman over here, and all you keep worrying about is your ex-wife and her family and what they're all doing. That's what you keep worrying about, especially when she looked like this and she's dressed like this in a satin robe. Are you in? Man, please. You got somebody dressed in a satin robe and you thinking about what's going on with people over here. I would be thinking about what's in front of me right now. I wouldn't give a damn about a Newman. I'm just saying, like, keeping it real. Like, come on now. That's just crazy to me. I'm like, what? Um, Billy just need to go focus on something else because he's a disaster waiting to happen. And that's why Victor and Adam are not really even thinking about Billy because he's a fly to them. You know what I mean? And they already know at some point he's going to self destruct because that's what he does. They don't even need to lay a hand on him or try to waste their time and resources trying to destroy him when they could just sit back and let him make a damn fool out of himself like he always does because that's what Billy does. He's no match for Adam or Victor, alone or together. He's no match. And he's definitely not a match for Ashlyn Locke. Speaking of Ashlyn, I have a feeling Victoria's being played. I think Victoria should have listened to Nikki. When Nikki warned her about, mixing business with pleasure with him and trying to, merge the two companies and all that, Nikki made it abundantly clear, like, you need to open up your eyes when it comes to Ashlyn. And I agree with Nikki on that. Because something tell me he playing Victoria. Every time Victoria wants to talk about this merger or making it public or whatever, anytime she talks about it, he just brushes it off. Like, he doesn't really go into detail about it or really pay it any attention. And on top of that, when she was talking about making the merger public, he was like, yeah, but we don't have an official deal yet. I said, Victoria, wake up, wake up, wake up. He's not going to merge with you. He's not going to merge his company with Newman Enterprises. He's not going to do it. He's using you. And I feel like he's lying about his little health. I think he probably is battling a health issue, but I don't think it's terminal like he's making it sound. I think he's doing that to get revenge. To get revenge on Tara, to get revenge on the Abbotts. I think he's using it to his advantage. I don't think nothing wrong with that man. That some medication can't help. And Victoria fool. Then on top of that, he told Victoria, oh, why don't you come spend the night with me or whatever. And when he said that, she looked horrified. Like, she looked disgusted. Because Victoria, I feel like she's playing a dangerous game. Like, I feel like she's trying to make it seem to the public that she's flirting around with Ashlyn or like something romantic might be going on between them. But we all know Victoria is not trying to get with him like that. I don't think she is. I think this was all business for her from Jump Street. This was all about business. And the way that she looked when he even suggested that they spend the night together, she was like, no. You know what I mean? Then she tried to come up with an excuse talking about, oh, let's save it for LA or whatever. I'm like, Victoria, this man is playing you something vicious. He's never going to sign over that company to you. He's not going to do it. Then he was like, "Oh, what about all the emails we would have to send? And sometimes emails get leaked." And I said, Victoria, he's basically hinting to you that he has no intention of selling to you, none whatsoever. Like, pick up the hint. You're smart, I would like to think, so pick it up, figure it out. That man's playing you. Um, he ain't dying. So anyway, moving on from that, Tara was getting on my nerves. Like, she was trying to lay the groundwork to get to Kyle. Like, she just continuously trying to act like she's offering him a sympathetic ear, then talking about, oh, I can't sleep, talking about their time in the Hamptons and all that stuff. Like, she's doing whatever she can to get Kyle to lower his defenses so they can get together. And Kyle wasn't really going for none of it, you know what I mean? And Tara looked disappointed. She looked real mildly disappointed that her charms is not working on him at the moment. Because he keeps thinking about Summer. He's not over that. You know, he was even looking at a picture of Summer on his phone. I find Summer to be totally stupid. Her leaving Genoa City to go to Italy or whatever, that was so dumb on her part. I would have called Tara bluff. Because, mind you, Tara's broke. Where's she going to go? She ain't got no money, so she's not going to go far. She's not getting any money from Ashlyn in the divorce. Where's she's going to go? With no money, you can't go far. Hell, you can't go nowhere with no money. So Summer's stupid. It's like, you are a Newman. You are Victor Newman's granddaughter. You are Phyllis's daughter. And you mean to tell me you couldn't handle Tara Locke? You couldn't handle Sally? Really? Phyllis probably would have ate their asses up. And I know Victor would. He would have chewed them up for a snack. Not even breakfast, for a snack. That is a snack to him. Come on now. Summer, come on. You couldn't handle those two Jezebels? Like, really? It's so easy to get rid of them. Like, all she had to do was just go tell Jack and Kyle. They would have believed her. Hell, they known Summer way longer than they known Sally and Tara. They would have believed you. Better yet, Summer should have recorded her conversations with Tara. That way you got even more proof. Like, Tara, she can't really go up against Ashlyn, so what makes you think she can go up against the Abbotts? All Jack and Kyle had to do was get their attorneys together and file a custody situation of their own to make sure that Kyle gets to see Harrison. You know what I mean? Like, Summer was just all type of fool. That was a foolish move. But Tara gonna get hers though. I have a feeling she gonna get hers. At some point, I think Summer might come back and, try to actually fight, which she should. Or Phyllis might figure everything out and do it for her, which I think would be sad, honestly. Because Phyllis, that's a bloodhound right there. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Sally is still trying to work her magic on Jack or whatever, talking about she want his forgiveness and whatever. Jack feels like things would never work out between him and Sally. I mean, I do like him and Sally together, but I feel like it's more of a good time kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I could never really see Jack being serious about Sally. Like, as far as like marriage and all that stuff. Because one, I don't have an issue with the age difference, but the age difference, in my opinion, factors in because what do you have in common with each other? You're like over 30 years older than her. What do you have in common with somebody that's like 30 years your junior? What do you have in common? You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, somebody that's Jack's age in their 60s, they have lived, and Jack has lived a pretty long life. He has been through a lot. Sally hasn't been through one third of what that man been through or seen or whatever. She hasn't lived life yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, her life is just, you just now starting to do things. You know what I mean? Like, what would you have in common? And then the kid aspect. What if she wants kids one day? I'm pretty sure Jack doesn't want any more children. Not at this particular age. You know what I mean? Like, he's past that point. I mean, he could always have kids, but I don't think he really would want to. He has a son, he has a grandson. Why be tied down? I mean, look at John Abbott. When he was married to Jill, Jill wanted a baby, and John was like, hell no. At the time, John was like, no, because he felt he was too old. He was like, no, I'm good. I don't want no more damn children. His kids was grown by that point, and, when you get up there in age, like, why would you want that? But I mean, Jack and Sally, I could see them just enjoying each other's company, having fun. That's it. I don't see no marriage between them, it lasting long. And quite frankly, I wouldn't trust Sally anyway, because we all know how she is when she gets mad. She gets crazy. She gets scorned. Um, Furthermore, Sally needs, instead of sitting around drinking with Jack, she need to go focus on Jabot Collective. You know, JVC. That's what she's been scheming her little ass off all this time trying to get. And now that you finally got it, acting president, she's sitting there boasting to Jack that, oh, I got promoted to Summer's position or whatever. Technically you didn't. You are not the actual president. You are acting. Acting. That means you can be moved anytime. You are not secure. You have not secured the permanent position of president yet. Lauren wants to see what Sally can do first, running that, running that company, running that brand. So instead of sitting around drinking with Jack, you should be focused on running that company. You know what I'm saying? Like, running Jabot Collective is not an easy task. Running any company is not easy. You know, it's a lot of hard work, and you're always on the go, always on the move. So that's what she need to focus on. Um, Moving on from that, I kind of feel bad for Abby. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she can't feel what it's like to be pregnant. But my whole thing is, why don't you gain you some weight, get you some stretch marks, and then you can kind of feel how it is to be pregnant. Get you some swollen ankles, you know? But you could do that by eating a tub of ice cream or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't people gain like sympathy weight when somebody else is pregnant and stuff like that? Abby can do that. Um, I don't trust Ben. I did like the scenes between him and Victor, and it was funny when they were doing their little standoff or whatever, like sparring standoff. That was hilarious. I don't trust Ben. I feel like his motives are not pure for being fully back in town. Because even when Victor was talking about Chance and stuff, Ben did not look impressed by Chance. He didn't. His facial expression pretty much told me he's not happy about Abby and Chance being married. He's not thrilled about that. He's probably still feel like he's the better person for Abby. In my opinion, I don't think so, because I never really liked Abby with Ben, to be honest. It was just too much drama. And he's giving me creep vibes right now. Like, especially when he went back to the Chancellor Mansion and he was looking at Mariah and all that through the window and all that stuff, just staring and all that. He's giving me creeper vibes. Like, he really is. Something in that man has snapped. He don't look like he's all the way mentally put together. Especially everything that's going on with his son and all that. I feel like he's gonna do something drastic, and I think Ben was the one who was in the Chancellor Mansion. Remember when a shadow was hovering over Abby or whatever, and she woke up and she thought somebody was in the house? I think it was Ben. I believe Ben was the one who was in that house. Something ain't right with him. I think he's just ticky ticky boom at this point. So, something ain't right with that man. He's giving me Lifetime creeper vibes. You know how them Lifetime movies are, them creeps? That he's giving me those vibes. I'm just saying, I don't trust him. He might try to kidnap Mariah or claim the baby as his own or something. Like, the man is crazy. He just don't seem like he's all put together. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought about this episode, and I will see you all later. Have a good day. Peace.